Okay, we're playing some kind of mentalist, uh, Dr. Hasenham, and hopefully he hasn't put more time on his name than on his chess. Okay, so he's got this kind of system going. I'm trying to understand why he plays knight g2 instead of playing c4 and knight c3, but that's another story. I'm just going to play this, which is an interesting move in blitz. The idea ultimately is to convince him to weaken his kingside pawn and forced exchange of the bishop. Already there's a weakness here on e3. Let's just go there. I don't. The reason why he develops the knight here is to get to f4. So what we want to do is we're just going to go this way. And if he plays knight f4, which he has, then we may be able to do this. Objectively, oh, yeah, that's alright, this still works. Objectively, I think bishop g6 was better, because he may have some kind of f4 going on here. No, he hasn't. Okay. Do we want to scare him with a big move? Do we want to scare him with a big move? Like Queen h4, I think. The idea is playing bishop d6 and then e4. He plays f4 and we're going to lock him up, I think. What's better for us? Yeah, probably this. Bishop e2, and then we just drop the knight back on f6. Perhaps later we can play h5 and knight here. We have bishop d6 g5 potentially. Very potentially. He should really continue by playing c4 and create some play on the other side, you know, exchanging the center perhaps, and yeah, that's probably the best move. Okay, we've got to make sure we are aggressive enough bishop here. How about this right away? And you know, of course, one of the ideas of this is to open the G file. That's not going to worry us too much because of this. Now, interestingly enough, by moving the queen to this side, you no longer have moves like queen e1, and the queen is no longer in defense of the king. That could prove to be a problem. He takes this way. We're going to take with the pawn. The pawn is preventing the knight from getting into play here, and the queen by itself is, I think, in terms of attack, it's not going to be enough. He needs to develop the bishop and put a rook on the c file before he's got any kind of really serious attack. And the deficit in time is narrowing. We're not as bad on time as we were before at the beginning. Okay, check. So we just got in a corner there. That's not going to worry us. If he plays queen a5, oh, so the move pawn takes d5 has made him go around this way. But somehow I don't think it's as good for him. So regarding the d5 square, could we just simply just take there and perhaps but we're opening the G file, which is good for us. If he takes with the rook, we drop back, and eventually we're going to have bishop d6 on the rook. He doesn't have rook here, so say play g3, bishop here, rook h4. The good news, he's not doing too much on this side, so now he decided to develop his pieces. We're going to do as we say, which is quite a threat. We're threatening the h2 pawn if the rook moves. And we do have the g file for our rook, and this rook could exchange if this one got into play. So what is he going to do? He should probably double rooks, and bishop takes, rook takes, and he has a reasonable position. Although this rook potentially could get in here, or rook here, rook g6, rook g8. I think the control of the g file is quite important. So the good doctor is still thinking. And now, of course, he's probably thinking a little bit too much. Another way of doing it is to play bishop here. Bishop takes, pawn takes. Oh, no, because f4 is on. But you know, queen takes f4, rook f1. It gets a bit messy, queen here. I was thinking about the threat of bishop to d6 check for him. Oh, he looks like he's gone mental. It's actually quite difficult to find a move, but really, has he done the right thing here? That's terrible. He just gives a checkmate. Bishop g3 there is checkmate, so he resigns.